Welcome back to the channel. Natsu here once again, and we need to talk about Street Fighter 6. And you might be asking why, and this is the reason why. Where is Ed, bro? Like, we got this teaser trailer, right? And of course, we already know who the four characters for this season, which is another thing that I haven't seen people talk about it. But if you think about it, right, we only got four characters, and Ed is supposed to be coming in winter 2024. But here's the thing: we're in January and we don't have any information. But Capcom Cup is next month, so technically, the confirmation on when Ed is coming will be in February, right? That's what we expected, right? With the information that we had, even though I believe that he should have come this month, but whatever. Our last character was Aki, and that was like October, I think, so almost 3 months ago. And the DLC department of Street Fighter 6 is really weird. Why? Because there has been content for the game, right? But is this the correct content? The answer to that, in my honest opinion, is no. What I mean by that, right? We got like everybody. I got like a season pass, the pre-order bonus, right? So I can get the costumes earlier, the third costumes, and we got it like almost 6 months later. But now we're getting items, and the items we're getting are for avatars. And to me, like, why you going this route? It doesn't make sense. Like, look at this trailer. Looks beautiful. I love Spy Cross Family. I do love that anime. I'm getting up to the new season because they already finished the 12th episode run. I think, yeah, I saw part 1, part 2, and then I'm the last season that they're showing right now. So I need to get up to there. But anyways, there's another thing they did with Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, and if you have been in the channel around, I love that franchise. I love them as a characters, right? I did a review for it, right? But it costs so much. That's another thing. They're technically being thief, to be honest. They're stealing their public. They're saying, hey, pay this because you're gonna pay it, right? And to be honest, I think this is it's not gonna bode well for them, right? It's not gonna end well. Right now, Capcom, I have seen Capcom in the mentality that they think that just because Street Fighter as a franchise is always like a #1 fighting game, right? Like when people say Street Fighter, everybody knows what Street Fighter is. Even your mom knows what Street Fighter is, right? But they should be careful. Like Tekken 8 can be the new popular game, right? And it always has waned. And I think at the middle, almost to the end of Street Fighter 5, right, people started going towards other games like Tekken 7, and that's the thing. They need to step up. And right now, this season for me has been horrible. Like people say, hey, Street Fighter 5 suck at the beginning because no story mode and this and that, blah blah blah, right? But to be honest, Street Fighter 6, even though they did the launch correctly, DLC wise they have done it horrible decisions, one to the other, right? Like, and that's another thing. Like, use one plus balance patch, right, for a game per year. I don't think it's the correct way to go. Right now, to be honest, you only have four characters this season, right? So I play the game because I love doing videos for the community, but as somebody that likes going via tech or learning new things, it became really stale for me really fast, right? Now, I'm not saying to make a balance patch every month. I think that's a overkill, right? And also will, it will affect a lot of rankings, right? Especially the Capcom Cup. But I think that at least the happy medium or the bare minimum would be 2 balance patches per year. That way people will get excited. And to be honest, it's if you're somebody that loves playing with a certain character, for example, let's say Zangief, right? And even though you have seen people like Snake Eyes win a Capcom Cup event, right? Zangief is not an easy character. And the reason why he's not an easy character is not because, execution or anything like that. It's because he doesn't excel at using the game mechanics of Street Fighter 6, right? It's not like Ken. That's what I'm trying to say, right? And having to always fight the same way, it can feel a little bit boring, right? And that's the thing. There's people say, "Oh, I want originality, player expression." But the thing is that you cannot do player expression when technically all the way the strategies to play with a certain character were discovered like in 1 month or two, right? And what I mean by that is that in older games, right, you will see new tech all the time because that time, in the old days, communication it was super slow to go between different players because it was word of mouth instead of now where you post a clip on YouTube and show your tech, show your technology, right? And everybody goes and span over that, right? And technically that's good because you will see people playing the game way earlier at higher levels, and that's cool. But right now it feels still like it feels like I'm seeing the same scenario over and over. I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying that the game sucks. What I'm saying is that the game is boring unless you say, you know what, I'm in for the money. And that's the thing. A game, even though it's a game, right, and there's money in the line, most of the people aren't pro players. Most people want you to play and enjoy the game. And if you feel that you're always seeing the same scenario, right, and you might say, hey, I'm losing, and people say, oh, you need to level up. And yes, sure, that can be the case. There's execution thing going on sometimes. But what I'm talking about is more importantly is about having fun in the game. I have more fun seeing, like, for example, I'm fighting against a player, blah blah blah. Then I put him in the corner. What does this mean? This means that they're screwed. Why? Because you have throw loops. Throw loops are fucking annoying. They're annoying. I don't care what people say. Street Fighter 5 had it and they removed it, but I never understood why they left them in Street Fighter 6. And to be honest, it's super bad. Like, you need to be wary of that, and also Drive Rush. Sorry, Drive Impact at low levels is annoying, but what I'm trying to say in few words is that this game, even though they try to make it more geared to casual, it feels way more scrubbier because technically everything is being done autopilot for you. What I mean by this is that, you're in the corner, they throw you, right? So they can throw you again. But they're not gonna throw you because they, like, for example, before you need to space it out and try to do a shimmy, you can do a shimmy nonetheless, but now the spacing it converts, it makes it so that people can stop your wake up options used by doing a parry or doing a throw. What I'm trying to say is that in the corner it's not user friendly unless you're somebody that knows how to handle pressure. And technically, I know a lot of people that play with me Street Fighter 6 and they decide, I'm not gonna play Street Fighter 6 with you anymore because I'm losing all the time because for the throws or MIDI setups or Drive Rush setups, or they feel they don't have options, right? And that's why a lot of people say, hey, I'm gonna play Grand Blue, because in Grand Blue at least it's similar in certain scenario, but it is not the same. There is no throw loops, right? You might have unblockable setups with C-Freak, but it doesn't feel that it's guaranteed because you have the side step, right? You can move around and avoid it, right? If you're quickly to react. And that's the thing, like, balance patches should be 2 in a year, at least minimum, right? Also, like I said way earlier in the video, they need to make it so that instead of focus on avatar items, with which they don't care. I don't care about those items, right? Even though they look aesthetically, I would prefer to be able to play as those characters. Like, bro, if they put Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle has playable characters, oh my god, magnifique. They should have gone that route, right? But no, they say no, avatar costumes. Okay, first time, okay, cool. But now it's stupid. Like for example, Grapple and Baki is not. They have some items, right, to make those characters. And bro, how many people want to see Grappler Baki, Baki in a fighting game? I'm one of those, you know, hammock. You know will be looking awesome, right? And the potential for doing those stuff are super good. Now I know Street Fighter or Capcom itself doesn't like to use guest characters, but they're always willing to uh, lend their character has guest characters. For example, Akuma in Tekken, in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the fighting game, they had Ryu, Ranger, something like that, and Chun-Li. So yeah, it will be interesting if they decide to say, "Hey, this is not working. If we want to bring more money, right? Let's focus instead of avatar items and doing a freaking, you know, items that nobody uses unless you're somebody that loves avatar lobbies, which I think is a big hit. I know people like that. I don't like it. You know, I think it looks kind of, I don't know, weird. It looks like instead of playing Street Fighter 6, you're playing Street Fighter 2 with Soul Calibur, Create Your Soul edition, something like that. So, anyways, guys, I'm not gonna continue ranting, but I would like your thoughts about it. Let me know if you're more interested in characters, right? Also, besides characters, what do you think about the balance patches? Do you think they should be 2 times or use 1 time a year is okay? Or maybe you say, hey, I want it 3 times, etc., right? You know, feel free in the comments. I always like to hear your voices. And yeah, as always, like and subscribe, and see you next video. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chemical catalyst rattling, never hazardous. Subdued by all my memories, but never been a pacifist. So quick to put up the fist. It's hard to resist, but I just